Okay, we are going to do the last problem on this review and see what we think. It says Emma leaves her house at 8:20 a.m. to bike to school. When she passes the post office, which is 2/3 of a mile away from her home, she looks at her watch and sees that it is 30 seconds past 8:29 a.m. If Emma's school starts at 8:50, can she make it to school on time without increasing her rate of speed? So let's first think about what units are in there. We've got miles, we've got minutes, and we've got seconds. I'm going to need to eliminate one of those to make it so that we can get the two unit rates to compare. I am thinking that we should get rid of seconds because there's a whole lot of seconds in several minutes. So let's get rid of that. And I know that 30 seconds is half of a minute. So now I need to find out how long she has to get there. So she's got 20 minutes to get to school. No, 30 minutes to get there. Okay. And we want unit rate. Now it's telling me something about 8:29 is 2/3. So I don't know what's showing 3/4. Maybe because that's the other picture. Let me verify the numbers. Yeah. So ignore that this says 3/4. This should be 2/3. So what I'm seeing is that from here to the post office, I'm going to calculate. She left at 8:20. She got there at 8:29. So the 2/3 of a mile took her 9 minutes and 30 seconds, which is 9.5 minutes. So there's my rate per minute. Okay. So we're going to do minutes, miles per minute. So big picture, just remember miles per minute. But first you have to find out the two numbers. And I had to look at this part right. I love my computer. You all know this. I had to look at this part right here. How far did she actually travel? So if on the test or something that you see, first you have to find out the two rates that are being compared and where those rates are located. So the miles that she went was 2/3, and she went 9.5 minutes. And then we have that original. We can figure out her unit rate of miles per minute. Okay, so doing fractions, 2/3, keep, change, flip. So in order to flip this, I've got to do that. And I'm going to do perfect. Multiply across the top, 2 over. And I know that you're going to have a calculator when you are able to take this test. So as soon as my calculator opens, we're going to do 3 times 9.5. 3 times 9.5 equals 28.5. Two over 28.5, which seems very, very strange. I will probably still just use the calculator for this. Go back to the calculator. I'm going to do 2 divided by 28.5 equals 07. Yep, that's what we got. This one is not turning out as pretty as the one that we have on our test, but the answer 0.07 is how many miles she goes per minute. Now I'm going to do my logical thinking, and 0.07 miles is not really very far. And considering you're riding a bike, a mile in a minute is a long time. So that's why that tiny number makes sense, because it's a tiny amount of time. Okay, now the next step is to figure out if she'll make it there. And that's where this comes from. She gets 30 minutes to get there. So if I take her So I'm going to change colors and think this through. Basically, I need to know if she can go this distance. I need to know if she can go. I love the computer. If she can go this distance in this amount of time. So if she's going at this rate, then what I need to do is divide it, because I'm going to change color, make you think that through. If I tell you she goes 2 miles per hour and she needs to go 4 miles, you want to know how long it's going to take her. You're going to do 4 divided by 2. It will take 2 hours. So since I use regular numbers to help me think about it, that's what you're going to do here. You're going to do the 3.42, how far she has to go, and you're going to divide it by how fast she's going. This is why we get to use a calculator. Come on, calculator, where'd you go? There you go. So 3.42 divided by 0.07 equals 48. And that 48 stands for how long it took her. 48 minutes to get there. But how long did she have? She only had 30 minutes. So did she make it to school on time? The answer will be no. And yes, I understand this one involves a lot of steps, but it's more like what you should expect on your performance task at the iLearn, is to make sure that you can apply all the pieces. We're going to keep working on these sorts of things and continue to build, but this is one that we are able to give you some support.